field goal. And when you're down a field goal or 2 field goals or 3 field goals, as a Patriots fan, you feel you can still win this game. It take a few, misplays.
Yeah, they was in it, believe it or not.
Yeah,
they was in it.
Well, that's what
you could be back in the game.
Mike Tirico and Collingwood kept saying that the Patriots is waiting for the Steelers to make a mistake. The Steelers never made one. The Seahawks never made one. Right. That's right. I forgot. Steelers been made mistakes. My bad.
Don't start, sir. Don't start. All right.
Hey, I'm just stating the truth. They getting ready to make another mistake, bringing back that old 43-year-old quarterback. But
listen.
Whatever. It's whatever.
One day he's going to be 45, and he's not going to be playing no more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's not playing now.
This is what I try to explain to people. For me, are you trying to win a Super Bowl or a championship, or you just trying to make the playoffs?
Right.
What it is, because you're not going to win a Super Bowl with him. You might make the playoffs, but you're not winning no Super Bowl. And I think these guys are playing to win Super Bowls. You know what I mean? I like my man. Did you see the cat Lawrence who used to play with the Cowboys? What he said? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like what he said. He said, "Yo, I'm with a real team who ain't the owner, ain't trying to be making
all
up
in the videos."
Yeah, all in the videos, right? You everything's going good, and you making up stuff because you like to go off that controversy and things like that to hear your team in the papers when the players out there they just want to win,
right?
And you making up stuff." He said, "Yo, he's glad he's away from that. They don't do that here."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, that's you know what? That's true because everybody has every team has a certain type of culture that when you get there and you came from a previous team, it's either going to be bad or it's going to be, it's going to be good. Because Harrison's that's why the Buffalo coach got. I think that's one of the reasons he got fired.
What?
Because the Patriots turned around so quickly.
That ain't why he got fired.
I think that's
why he got fired.
Why?
Because he complained to management and told them they don't got the players to win.
Who's that?
Oh, okay.
The coach of Buffalo.
Right, quick. So we're having a little problem with Facebook. So
I thought it was YouTube.
No, it's Facebook.
No, it's on Facebook. It's on you. Yeah.
On,
YouTube is on.
We on YouTube. We're not on Facebook for some reason, but we try to work it out. But anybody like and share. We are on the air. Like and share. And YouTube, yo. It's first stop to the next stop. We on YouTube.
Right.
And we definitely straighten out the Facebook thing. If not today, later on. Well, next week we definitely be back. All right. So with that being said, though, Where were we? I'm sorry. So
We
shout
saw-
out-
No, just we was talking about
their schedule next year, and the Patriots schedule next year.
yeah, but
See how real they are next year against all the top teams they got to play.
shout out to Coach Kurt who tuned in, and shout out to Jeremiah.
but that was the Bills.
Mike Thomas.
You know they want to
Carolina.
they want to win a championship,
Oh,
but you don't give the guy the players to win. And he complained about it. You know, he said we don't have the players to win. He questioned it, and that's why they got rid of him for telling the truth. I say they got rid of him for telling the truth. You know,
That's interesting.
When
did that come out?
That was for who? New England?
Buffalo.
For Buffalo.
He questioned. That came out right after he got fired.
Right.
You on a sports talk show, man. You better stay on top of these things, man.
Listen.
I got to school you every week.
That's why I got you here.
Yeah,
right?
come on, man.
I'm Galactus. You the Silver Surfer. Okay, you my hero. Find me a planet to consume.
If you don't got nothing to do with the Steelers and the Nets, he's not concerned.
Yeah, right.
That's not true. Steelers, Nets, Syracuse, Michigan, Florida State, Islanders.
Well, they getting rid of Autry after this year.
Don't talk to me. Now you don't talk to me.
Don't talk to
Now
you.
you don't talk to me.
Don't talk to you. I asked
That's
a
right.
question.
What did I tell you a few weeks ago?
So-
And what did you regurgitate this weekend?
What did I say?
Archie's fired.
Yeah, he is.
So what,
Ain't no way they keeping him
what
for
happens
next year.
is that if his teams don't work, he's sitting in on the next spot, just waiting as we move forward.
Who, him?
Yeah.
No, he brought
yeah.
Syracuse.
He want all his teams fired. All his coaches fired. All his teams.
Oh, I mean, I can see it.
Nah, he's getting fired.
Yeah, I know that.
He's getting.
They already talking about all the players that might leave now.
Yeah, he getting.
You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to be in a 2 or 3 year window. It's like 1 or 2 guys that might stay, and one of the guys that's gonna, if he stays, is because he's on the football team. You know what I'm saying? He's playing basketball and football.
Okay.
And then you got Kyan Anthony. What's going to happen? We have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know if Carmelo going to say, "Yo, you going somewhere else." I know you want him to stay.
They got to get a coach. He got to go.
It's either going to be. I don't even know. I want G-Mac to get the job.
He should get it.
Right.
If he wants the job, it should be his.
Right. But they got other guys that's out there. What's this? Hurts? Is there a guy named Hurts? A coach? Serge Todd?
I don't know.
They saying that he's like one of the favorites.
From where? You know where
I
he's
don't know.
from?
I have to look him up.
You would think
Josh
Hurts? You would
Josh
think they
Hurts.
would want to take one of their own.
That's
You know
what I
I'm
said.
saying?
G-Mac.
Yeah, I know.
the
That's
fan
what I'm
favorite.
saying. Yeah.
Go get one of them baby Bayheims.
Oh yeah.
Well, Buddy is supposed to be going. Anybody going to the Lakers or something? Buddy Boeheim, did you see that?
I didn't see. I didn't hear nothing about
Yeah,
that.
Buddy Boeheim's supposed to be going to the Lakers, I think.
For what? As a coach?
No, to play.
He's still playing?
I think it's the Lakers. I'm not sure.
He's still playing?
It was one of them
I
that
think
was
so.
fairly good. That was the guy you thought he was decent. One of them guys was decent.
Yeah.
I don't know where he at now.
It says Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well.
He's with
G League?
Yeah, because
Don't
I don't
say
see
that.
him.
So
Oklahoma City Blue of the NBA G League.
Yeah, it's got to be the G League because I don't see him.
It says he says he's a professional basketball player for the Oklahoma City Thunder on a two-way contract. Two-way contract.
Right,
That's what
but
it is.
we talk about coaches and you went for players. We talk
No,
about
because
coaches.
you brought up one of the Boeheim brothers, and I said, well, Buddy's going to the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
well,
over the place.
no, but he brought up Boeheim. I said Boeheim's going.
But we talk about his coaches. I'm not
There's
talking
no-
about his players.
There's no Boeheim coaches. It's just Jim.
Well, look.
But his sons
No, they brought up
his sons will fall right in place just like Rick Pitino's son did.
Right.
Yeah, but they gonna give it to. They gonna give it to G-Mac. I think G-Mac.
Let's get back
Yeah,
to the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
yeah,
'Cause I want to
yeah.
ask you personally.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
you off topic. Go ahead.
What did you think of the halftime show?
I didn't watch it.
Why?
'Cause I don't usually-
wasn't
'Cause he
speaking
MAGA.
English?
No, I don't watch the half.
'Cause
I didn't
he
see
MAGA.
Kendrick's last year. I didn't watch Kendrick's last year.
Oh, okay.
The last one I watched was Dr. Dre's.
So what do you do during this halftime? You play?
I go
music
look at
or-
something else.
Uh,
I wait till the game is over. I wait till the halftime's over.
but the beat that you be making, the things that you be doing, is a part of entertainment.
Right.
You would want to look at the entertainment to learn something.
I done learned from Michael, Dr. Dre, Beyonce. I done seen all of them shows. You know what I'm saying? Whitney doing. Oh, and let me shout out Coco Jones because she did a great job at the national anthem.
Yes, she did.
You know what I'm saying? And
you
her outfit was on. That was Carl Kanai designed that. So shout out.
It was a replica of Whitney Houston.
Yeah, but Carl Kanai.
I'm just saying, there's a replica of Whitney Houston when she sung it.
Right.
Come on, youngin.
I thought you was one of those dudes because it was Latino.
When she sing the
that
national anthem,
It wasn't the national. It was the black. It was the what you call them. She sung America the Beautiful.
Yeah, right. It
Oh.
was that, right. Yeah. But she did a good job.
What about you?
oh, that's the one with the violin thing. They was doing the violin and the cello when she was singing. The two.
Were they sitting down around her?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was asking you, Serge, what about you? What was your spin on halftime?
On Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a hard time even understanding him sometimes because when he talked, it's like, but I mean, it was off the hook when you really sit down and look at all the angles of what he was presenting.
That was good.
It was deep. It
Yeah.
really was, because it even went over my head with the part where he was going up the electrical pole, and they talk about the power grids in Puerto Rico, and it hit me. I said, "Oh my God, it's right." Because every year when me and Wanda used to go when my parents was alive, never failed. Every year in the summertime, that power go out every time we go there, and it's been like that for God. Yeah, it seemed that way, and nobody do nothing about it. And then the other part that was sneaky was when Ricky Martin was talking about don't let what happened to Hawaii happen to Puerto Rico, because they got colonized and then they became a state. And there's a big argument in Puerto Rico. It's been forever about whether or not to become a state or not a state. Half the country want to be a state, half the country don't want to be a state.
Right.
So I was like, wow, they snuck that in real sweet. And then the sugarcane thing, we all know that's how the main thing that was happening in Puerto Rico, that they was coming to grow the sugarcane.
Yes, yes.
So all that was political, but he did it in such a subtle way that
it went over people's
heads.
Yeah, they don't know.
Did.
If you don't
even
know
even the flag, the Puerto Rican flag was the original flag. It wasn't the one that they got now.
Right.
Because they had that light blue background, and we don't have a light blue background anymore.
Okay.
I enjoyed it because of the cultural. It was so cultural, and they represented their cultural
For sure.
experience.
I agree with that.
And it was fair. It was like, yo, they did all the things that you like. The dancing, everything. It was very entertaining. The only thing I couldn't was understand the language, but it didn't matter. I was enjoyed by the entertainment of it, and it was dope.
I ain't got no problem with it. We know who got problem with it.
Yeah, of course.
Magna.
Oh yeah, they had their little Kid Rock
your crew
situation. They had their
I ain't got no problem.
They had their little Kid Rock situation.
And he was lip syncing.
You can't spell Magna without G and the M.
Yeah, we know. We got that.
What channel was they on?
I don't even know.
Probably Fox Network.
Yeah,
Right.
probably so, right?
I'm sure it was Fox.
Yeah.
For him to say that was the worst Super Bowl halftime show ever just shows he don't have no kind of cultural experience.
Who's that?
Trump.
Oh, we not even good. Don't bring him up.
Yeah.
No,
Don't bring
well,
that
we
up.
need to to a
Don't bring him
degree, because I think what he does, he has a reason and a rhyme and a reason for everything he do.
Facts.
And he try to trigger people's emotions and actions to things going on. And he also tried to deflect. So he raise the level of something to trigger your reaction. Something else is going
It's
on.
reflects on what he's doing.
Right.
So they can talk about that, so they don't have to talk about him.
Absolutely.
Simple as that. That's
Keep
what
the
he
focus
does.
off of him.
Exactly.
And deflect to other stuff.
But
He does that all the time.
they told you that's what they was gonna do. But when the election with the 2025 program, they said throw a lot of stuff at people, keep them thinking about everything else, and then you do all your dirty on the side. Nobody,
Right.
because he done made $200 billion.
Nobody paying attention.
If you
And
listen to
don't get talked about.
if you listen to the speech that Kamala Harris did, everything that she said in that speech is what he's doing.
Came true.
That she's telling you what was to happen
She
if you vote
predicted
for him. And everything that she said in that speech is happening right now.
You can absolutely see it happen.
Yeah.
You see it.
If you go back and Google her speech and look at that, and everything that's going on is what she said.
Did you see what you posted with the Obamas?
Yeah.
with the apes and all that.
Well, I mean, it's sad, but again, nobody, I guess, like, is money, power, and greed. So nobody, some people that are interested in getting money want to gravitate to what he does, and it doesn't really resonate or ring any concept for them.
Right.
But it's what he's doing.
Right.
He's poking the pig, but he's the pig that's getting poked as far as making in the dope, which is crazy. And I mean,
you got people.
He's fleecing America, basically.
Well,
we gotta sort of pay attention and come to a realization that we need to do something.
He don't got.
Everybody says that, but nobody's doing nothing.
Right. Nobody doing nothing.
They letting them get away with it. Now they're saying, this is the thing they're saying now. When the term is over, that's when they're gonna come after him and he's gonna go to jail. They could prosecute him because he's not a president no more.
Ain't gonna happen.
He don't care anyway. He's like 80-some years old.
Right.
Yeah, he don't care.
Right. What difference do it make?
His family gonna be richer than rich. It don't matter no more.
Yeah.
Now's the time to do something. They should have been did it.
The coach said, you tell a lie enough times, people start to believe the lie as the truth.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about him.
All right, but like,
but you know, one more thing though, that thing with the Obama thing, that's what I think. Everybody should have just let it be. I mean, I get it; it's offensive, but every time you talk about it, you're giving it more life.
Right.
Kill it. Just kill it. Just don't pass it around. Why do we have to look at that? I don't understand. We know better, but still you got people sending it to no, please don't send it to me. I don't
want people did clap back and they made memes about him and
Melania.
Yeah.
And you know what he did? He stole another $200 million. Exactly. So it didn't matter to him, not one bit. You can put all the monkey pictures you want to Trump up, and he's just gonna laugh it off and steal another $100 million, get another gold plane from.
He's working on $1 trillion deal right now with Russia, and he stopped giving defense weapons to Ukraine.
He think he's
trying to force them to surrender.
He did that thing where he's giving all the kids $1,000 to start the funds.
But he did that last time.
But where's he getting that money from? He's stealing it from y'all.
Right.
Yep.
So it don't bother. It don't phase him. He's
He'll
making all the money.
300,000.
Right. All the money that he done lost over the years. He making it all back in 8 years. He done made it back.
8 years. It's only been
it'll
be 13 months, right?
He was never.
He had 4 years. He had 4 years before that.
Right.
He had 4 years before that, and now he's got this time. And the 4 years before, he learned exactly what had to do. Himself. Right. What can I do to get money the next time? And now he done figured it out. Right. I'm gonna throw everything in America that I can. I'm gonna throw ICE at him. I'm gonna throw Iran at him. Yeah. Epstein.
Cool. So
Venezuela.
So in reality, which is something and we could be like, well, who fault was that? Let him get back in power. When maybe they should have prosecuted him.
And listen to what he said. The people that voted for him, it's their fault. It's their fault.
And that's why they crying right now.
Exactly.
First off,
so that's
not everybody crying.
Wait, no. What happened was
everybody's crying. A lot of people still love him.
What happened was, who was he running against?
That too.
America was not ready for a female president, let alone black.
Right.
I got you. I agree.
When you say that, no, that's not true. And when you say that statement, America, who's America? Because you was ready for it. You wasn't ready for it?
Yeah, I was ready.
The minority.
So who wasn't ready for it?
Women.
No, they weren't ready for it.
No,
there's a lot of women.
They wasn't ready.
They were fools. Yeah, they were fools. They were fools.
Right.
They were fools.
I guess
don't get it twisted. There was a lot of people of color that didn't want it either.
And they were fools too.
But look.
And they were fools too.
All women had to do. Women had to do was say to themselves, "This dude is a pedophile. This dude."
They knew that.
He said, "Right." All they had to do was put it in their head and say, "You know what? I'm not voting for this guy," and he would have lost.
Listen. Once the tapes came out, when he said, "Yo, you want to know what it feels good to be rich? I can walk up to somebody and just grab him by and if he won after he said those statements, it's nothing no more. He can say whatever he want to say.
Right.
If they want him in, they're gonna get him in.
Right. And that's exactly what happened. And he lied about being in Project 25. He said his name was not in there, and he didn't know nothing about it.
And you believe that?
Right? They
No,
definitely
he
believe.
didn't.
No, did you?
No,
believe
of course not.
Well,
I've been against him since.
What I tell you, I
got-
said the fools, they fools. Everybody who went for the okie doke, they all fools.
Facts.
I got
They
one
were
thing to
fools.
say before we wrap this up. He didn't get MVP. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. He didn't get it.
Yeah,
But I mean,
he would buy one though.
yeah,
Yeah, he got a Nobel Peace
Right,
Prize.
exactly.
That lady gave him his Nobel Peace
Right.
Prize.
Oh, he did.
Gave him hers.
Right. And now he said he'll give the money for the projects in New York if they name Grand Central after him or
right.
something. He
Right.
wants stuff
he
named
wants
after
name
him.
put it in his name.
Right.
Now he's closing down the Kennedy Center because nobody want to.
Yeah, he's shutting it down for 2 years.
Right. Because he want his name on
'Cause
there.
he was gonna put his
boycotting.
name on
It's
it.
on there already.
Yeah, his name's on
Yeah,
it.
so now
Name's on
they boycotting.
So
So,
nobody's going to there.
right. So now he gonna close it down. Talking about renovations.
Right.
But look. The one thing I gotta give him credit for.
He's lying to the public and
No,
getting
no,
away
no,
with it.
no. What he said he gonna do, he's been doing. And he's doing it in front of everybody's face and not caring.
Well, he lied to a lot of people to get their votes. He definitely did that.
Oh yeah, because they mad
Because he
at
had to
him now.
get right, because he had to get in first. Now he in. Now he doing what you just said. Everything he said he gonna do, he doing.
And he don't care.
Yo.
Understand his age. His age got to play a big factor. Yo, I'm like 80 years old, right?
Right.
How much life I got to? You know what?
But see,
I'm gonna go out with a pen.
That's what scares me because you just said it.
Yeah.
He's the kind of fool that would press the button
Yeah.
to go out
Yeah.
with a bang
Yeah.
and kill everybody
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Because he know he ain't got that much longer, but he's just that stupid that he would do something like that.
So I'm gonna bring this
once
last.
it's
I'm
over, it's over.
gonna bring this last
Yeah.
point up. He said no taxes on overtime, right? But now everybody's finding out that that the 0.5, the time and a half, the half is what's not getting taxed. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's complaining. Yo, he said no tax on overtime. It's
Right.
that point. It's that half.
Right.
That 0.5 that's not getting taxed.
Right.
See how he wordplay you. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wordplay
Coach
fool.
said, can't they change the name back after he stepped down?
Sure
Yeah,
they
the
can.
next
Of course they can.
president
They can
gotta-
take it off.
right, the next
And it's gonna
president
be
gotta
taken
say it.
off.
The next president got
Yeah,
it.
that
But
that
see-
name's not
But
staying
see,
on
that's
there.
a waste of money. See, there's money being wasted now.
He don't
And,
care.
and hold on, it depends on who wins.
Right.
Because
Because if it's
Vance
a Republican,
wins, they
That
leaving it.
that
there.
guy's
Right.
not winning.
I'm just saying they
that
leaving
guy's
it
not
there.
winning.
I hope you're right.
The guy's not
I
winning.
hope you're right because
That guy's not-
he
they're
is.
not
They
winning.
are losing a lot of followers,
The guy's not winning.
and
Well,
that,
I don't know.
and that's
if
why
they're
he's trying to
losing
stop-
enough followers.
but that's why he's trying to stop elections too, because he knows
right, that's
Yeah,
the other
that's
thing.
gonna
Yeah, that's another.
it's going to be a problem.
Do
He
you
knows.
already know what he got set up in every state when they for the midterms?
Yeah.
Who's
As
gonna
far
be
as-
at the elect?
As
Who's
far
gonna,
as the booths and all that,
who's gonna be at the elected places?
right,
With the
You already
ID.
know, right?
right.
Who's gonna be there?
So the securities and all that.
ICE agents.
Yeah.
And-
So
and-
this is what you're dealing with, and if America let this go, and this is what it's gonna be, and if you vote for another Republican again, like I said before,
We
you're
done.
fools.
Yeah, we done.
So this is what you get.
And that's what he tried
And
to
you
do
can't
last
complain.
time. He tried to prevent
You're fools.
people from
Because
coming
there's no
in
more
and electing
democracy, it's dictatorship.
There you
There's
go.
no more democracy, it's
There you go.
dictatorship, and it's over.
people. Right.
So
That's
if
exactly-
y'all allow that, then so be it.
That's exactly what he's doing.
So
now.
be it.
He's trying to turn this.
So
He's
be it.
coming close and turning this into a dictatorship.
So
Because
yeah.
to tell you the truth, he should have been impeached by now.
Exactly.
He should have been impeached,
They,
but it's
look,
not happening.
when he took the files home and he had I think he had nuclear codes or something like that. When he first got out of office, that's when they were supposed to get him, but they gave him a buy. You know what I'm saying? When they gave him that buy because he's the president, blah 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 blah, and they waited 2 years. That 2-year window was why he got a chance to run again. Because they should have started the process the minute he got out of office. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a done deal, bro. Can we talk sports, please?
yeah, all right,
Okay.
back, yeah.
Please.
My
Okay,
bad, man.
back to the
No, I didn't.
regular scheduled program. So we know what what it is all right.
Phone lines are open.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's first stop to the next stop is Super Dave, along with Serge, the sports star.
Yeah.
Tiny in the building. Slick, the relic.
The living fossil.
Todd, the magnificent.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to G Money. Shout out to Coach Kirk. Shout out to everybody paying attention. We're not on Facebook, but we are on YouTube. We'll be back on Facebook next week. Special edition. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Who's rocking out with us today. We're glad we was able to get in here. And, we try to get through this winter. And then, we're looking really forward to the spring. It's 2026. It's a little cold up in New York. We're trying to work it out. Things are going to get better.
Sir.
We got to embrace the spring. We got to embrace the beautiful weather. We're going to look to do some big things. 2026. Darkness Forever, Box 68. Good day, my brothers. Good day to you.
We're going to have a long winter.
I think it's over. I'm thinking it's over.
It's not over at all.
It's warming up next week.
I think
we're going to be all
well,
right.
it's supposed to be like 47 or something like that. But
Okay.
the groundhog saw his shadow is supposed to be, winter's
the groundhog saw his shadow.
Yeah, the winter's supposed to be when it's supposed to be.
All right.
Coach Kerr said Jason Tatum is practicing with the G League team. So.
Oh, he's coming back.
He got okay to work out. But I don't know if he wants. I mean, that's on him if he wants to come back. Boston's not winning this year. Even if he did come back.
And Darkness Forever, Box 68 is Brother Green.
Is that the brother that owned me rum punch?
Yeah, he's saying it's 70 degrees today in Georgia.
Okay.
Augusta, Georgia.
Well, if I had my rum punch, it'd feel like 70 degrees in my body. 70 degrees. How about that?
I got a pill for you, sir. Until you get the rum punch.
You turning this dude up. He wasn't turned up yet.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all talk about what's going to turn me off. I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, I got it.
You said it's the BX, aka the Bronx. Yo, bro,
Murder capital. That's the rumor.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it, but okay, I'm a co-sign with Serge on that. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody paying attention again. I don't know if we really solved the Super Bowl situation. Who do y'all think, they always say who the top contenders might be following year. So let's just keep it a buck. We're gonna skip the relic because he's gonna say somebody ain't gonna make it. But realistically, let's start with you, Serge. You think Seattle have what it take to get back? And if not, who do you see on the run?
Seattle gonna contend. I still think next year, if the Rams tighten up the D a little bit, that they should be the favorites in the NFC. And believing that, I kind of going with the guy on Get Up. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City make a comeback. Because they have a healthy Mahomes, and if they do anything in the draft to tighten up their running game and get another wide receiver, they could still make noise because of Mahomes.
Interesting. All right, Tiny, what about you? You going back with Denver?
No.
Okay.
The thing with me, I got to see the first 2 weeks of the season for me to make a prediction on who I think that's going to make it and stuff. Because I've seen teams before that won the Super Bowl, and the next year they just totally flopped. So I can't give you a good prediction. So until I see the first 2 weeks of the season.
Shout out to John Green. He said the Rams need to show up their special teams. So shout out to him. All right. So I got you. I understand that. That's a good assessment too. But okay, we're gonna go with the relic now.
All right. So I don't know if this coaching change is gonna affect how it's gonna affect Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give it a pass that division. Let's see. Let's see who we draft. Steelers, and we gotta see who we draft. I think our first pick is gonna be a wide receiver. I don't know how much faith they got in Will Howard right now, so I don't know what their second draft pick is going to be. If there's a quarterback still available when we pick, they might just take a quarterback.
I do know one thing for sure. Steelers ain't gonna be in there next year.
All right, so you had your turn, Tiny. All right, you had your turn. All right, so I'm not giving it to the Ravens just yet. All right, when it get to the West, I think Denver. I agree with Serge, but I think their time is up. I think Kansas City's time is up. So I believe Denver's going to go back and get that division again. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, sir. From what I heard from Serge, he said that Kansas City might have a chance. He didn't.
Right, I'm telling you, their time is up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just.
I'm saying Denver.
Remember, this is the same guy who's fantasy island about the Steelers
Anyway.
and their chances of winning.
Anyway,
Right. You want to go to
Yeah,
I'm going
go
to the
to
East
top.
now.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going to the NFC now.
Yeah, we'll go to NFC then before we
Yeah, go to NFC.
So the NFC is do I want to give it to Dallas? I don't think I'm giving it to Dallas. And I'm not sure how Washington is going to look. So I'm going to give that division back to Philly. I'm not sure that Giants might make a little noise actually. With the was it the Detroit in them?
Yeah.
I don't trust that coach. So I'm gonna give that. I think Chicago's in there, right? Yeah, we're gonna stick with Chicago.
But interestingly enough, Detroit lost a lot of things along the way.
Yeah.
They lost coaches.
So they supposed to be right.
Offensive, defensive coaches, head coaches in some places, and then they lost players.
Right.
And their defense is horrible.
Right. I'm gonna give it. I'm also gonna stick with Houston Texans too. I forgot about that division.
Not nice of you. All right.
So and then we got the West and the South. The West and the South. So the Rams, I'm giving it to the Rams because I thought the Rams should have did it this year. And who's that other division? I forgot who's in the other division.
Tampa Bay and Company. Tampa Bay,
Atlanta.
New Orleans.
Yeah, see, that's the 6 and 7 team.
It don't matter
that's
who
up for
comes out of there.
grabs.
It don't matter who comes out.
That's
of
up for
there.
grabs.
They're pretenders.
Yeah,
All right, well,
they not good.
Pretenders.
None of them are good. I don't know who's going to stand out.
I let the Magnificent rock out because
Yeah, let's see
you
what
didn't
you
do
got.
nothing but just give a whole breakdown.
I
pulled my leaders out.
I say in the NFC as a whole, you're gonna have Seattle in the mix, and just watch out for those Bears because they up and coming. They're not going nowhere. They're gonna improve. They're gonna be right in the mix of it again. And the AFC is gonna be very interested. And I'm gonna say this here, depending on I don't know who they're gonna get in the draft or free agency, but if the Bengals gonna make a splash and get some offensive linemen. and show up some of their defensive holes. It doesn't take long for a team to make a turn over their season from one season to the next, as we've seen with the Patriots.
Right.
And that's all the Bengals got to do.
You talking about the Bungles?
Yeah, you can call them what you want.
But
You can call them what you want. But if they shore up that defense and that offensive line, y'all will be looking up at them. Trust me when I tell you.
We never look up
Trust
at
me when I tell you.
So
ever.
Okay.
So
they don't forever be under our shoe.
So I'm gonna bring it.
Water, man.
I'm gonna bring it back. I don't have a clue really, but I'm thinking an AFC is gonna be rough. It's gonna be interesting, but I would say that I believe Denver would be back fighting. I believe that the Chiefs probably got a good crack at it. I think the usual suspects would probably try to rise to the top again, like the Buffaloes and the
Ravens.
Right. I think they'll be back. I think, and so just a change. It's not a complete changing of the guard in the AFC.
You laughing, man? Your team ain't no good.
And then,
they might not be. What's it called? Like you said, what's it called? Might not even be in the mix next year.
Who?
On the Patriots.
Right.
They might not even be in the mix next year.
This is the thing. It's they got experience now. They know what it takes to get there versus Buffalo's coaching change. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But they also played a weak conference record. The whole schedule was going much better.
That's true.
And in the playoffs, they averaged what, like 10 points every game?
Exactly. Something like
that. No, I'm not disagreeing.
Their offense is overrated.
Exactly.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Exactly.
I'm telling you that now they got the experience and Buffalo had the coaching change. So I don't know. I can't say Buffalo's going to take that division now. Not
so
sure.
Coach said nobody mentioned Denver or Houston, and we did mention Denver. Not so much Houston, even though I would say that I did like Houston defense.
He mentioned Houston.
He mentioned a whole lot of
CJ,
teams.
Yeah, he mentioned everybody.
He mentioned,
Yeah,
he
CJ
mentioned
everybody in East Division.
No, we won it as a whole.
Yeah,
NFC,
Strauss gave
AFC.
you the whole. Strauss
No,
didn't
we wanted
necessarily
one
do it.
team
Right.
from each conference.
Right.
We didn't need
you
all 8
yeah,
winners.
yeah, you did everybody. Get out.
That's
of
right.
here.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I
It's a
tell you what you call
It's a 2-hour show.
with
It's
Houston.
a 2-hour show. We sticking to football right
This guy got a. We don't know if this guy don't. I don't know
CJ
what.
Stroud.
Yeah, if he.
CJ?
I don't know what he did last year. What he was going through. I never seen him look so scared in my life playing in the playoffs and stuff like that. He got to turn it around, or they're gonna have to get a new quarterback because they got a team that can win now.
Well,
They have a team that can win now.
Case in point, Dan Marino made it to the Super Bowl his third year. Played for another 14
First year.
years.
First year.
Well, he said his third year.
First year.
I was just reading what he said.
Yeah, first year. First year.
First year, John.
All right.
Yeah,
So he might have made a mistake. It could have been a
Okay.
typo.
it's all right.
we'll
It's all
pretend-
right.
We'll pretend that he
That's
typed
what we
it
here to
wrong,
do is correct you.
But I'm reading it right. He played for another 14 years and never made it.
All right.
All right, correct on the 14 years, wrong on the third year. It's the first year. But all right, so and he was great, but he wasn't that great, so he didn't make it.
but the team that nobody mentioned is the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers got just as good a chance as anybody to win that thing with John Harbaugh as their head coach. That defense was top notch. It was the offensive line. The 2 tackles got hurt. If them guys come back, and both of them was all pro type quality tackles, they shore up that offensive line for Herbert. They could make a lot of noise.
Sure can.
And we're ignoring you with the what about the Niners, sir, until you pay your debt. Okay, how about that? All right. Yes. You know, like he's like, well, what
No.
Hey.
What about them? What about them?
They a good team and they'll be in the mix. Right. They will be there. All right.
Well, that whole conference is going to play a tougher
Yeah.
schedule next
Yeah.
year. So we'll find out if they really all 14 game winners like they were this year.
What's already banged. The tight end's banged up. He ain't got much left. As good as McCaffrey is, he's starting to get banged up. He ain't got too much left. Bro, what's his name? Brock Purdy. He's been around now for a minute, and he don't seem like he could do. He wants to dance during the regular season. He runs during the playoffs. I just don't see nothing left y'all got. You know, you got a coach who's great, but he can't win the big one. I mean, you can stay with him. That's your team. I get it.
So
You know what I mean? I see what he's talking about.
Right. Yo,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to mention my team because, see, I keep telling you guys, there's a difference of being a fan and knowing the game. I won't say nothing about my Jets because there's nothing to say about them. And Washington also, I'm talking and you don't got to know me, but Washington also, there's nothing to talk about them yet until they prove. You keep talking about your Niners like they're going to do something and they're not. See, that's the difference of being a fan and knowing the game. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
That's the difference.
Was that the smelling sauce? You knocked him out.
You know? And that's what I keep trying to tell them. You know, I'll talk about my team when they're good to be good enough to talk about.
Maybe you'll
and
give
they're
up
not.
that wrong punch.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe his Zellicount ain't working because you know the water factory dry. I don't understand it. Or maybe he's waterlogged from all the water that we got.
I think it's that one.
I know I'm ready to take a bubble bath right now.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, if you just think.
There you go.
Phone call was coming.
Here we
Phone
go.
call was coming. It might be John Green.
I should be like, leave a message. Yes.
Who else?
Go ahead, leave a message.
Good afternoon, my brothers.
I didn't even know you could type the way you could type.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon,
Yes,
y'all.
sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
happening, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
I'm good, my brothers. I'm good. Listen, let's get down to the points right quick. I'm with
Well,
Tiny.
hold up, sir. Is your Zelle button broken? That's what we need to know.
Actually, you know what? It is.
I knew
It
it was
is.
something.
My
I
account,
knew it was something.
my account got compromised, so I'm still waiting for USAA to sort that all out. But you know, give me a day or two.
Right,
It'll be finished because
man,
I just spoke to them this morning.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm gonna go to the bank and tell them to release your stuff.
So, you know what I'm saying? So they fixing everything, so it's all good.
Yeah, tomorrow, man, I'm gonna release it.
Nah, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all gotta watch those text messages. I'm gonna tell everybody, watch those text messages. I got a message from Social Security saying something, and open that joker up, and they rerouted my whole account.
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to do that, my brother. They don't.
Nah,
text
but
you.
listen,
They don't text you. I tell everybody they don't. They will send you a letter. These things. You don't open.
I know.
Yeah.
But what happened was, you know how like when you log on to your Social Security account, they send you a number and everything else. So I'm like, that's not me. So when my daughter's mother said, "Yo, listen," I said, "Send it here," but she didn't tell me she opened it. When she sent it to me, she didn't tell me she opened it. When she opened it, that's how my account got compromised. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. I'm still good either way, but you know, they sorting through it, everything. So I should be back up and running by the end of the week, hopefully. So that should be great. But I'm with Tiny on this. You really can't say what's going to happen. Normally, sometimes Super Bowl teams, when they win, they got to be a young, like rookie-ish team when everybody's still in contract, because every time you get teams that win the Super Bowl, those players go out and go get more money because other teams pluck from them and take a lot from that team, because for the simple fact that somebody's up for contracts. Quarterbacks are good leaders on the team, but they also, quarterbacks are team killers, because once you start playing a quarterback, then you start losing players, and then you got to mix and match back in what you can get and what you can't get. And then when you lose a coach or anything, sometimes you lose formulas, because some of these guys look up to these coaches and they might not rock with the new coach, offensive unit coach, because if you look at some of these coaches that came in the league, some of them offensive coaches and everything else, some teams don't rock good with the new offensive coach.
All that is true.
So
You're absolutely right.
See what you're going to get in the draft too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might get 2 or 3 studs. You know, don't know. Pitt is in a whirlwind right now, because for the simple fact that you lost your coach, which a lot of players love that coach, and you're going to have to revamp that system over there somewhat. And so will Buffalo, to see how Buffalo's, even though they took the guy that was already there, it might work out for them. So I'm with Tiny on this. We're going to have to see what they're going to look like. Draft is important right now, because what you get out of the draft, who you can sign back, who's going to be there is going to make a big difference. I don't like the choice the 49ers made with their defensive coach, but hey, they got some belief in them. So I was like, hey, they believe in them. Let's see what's going to happen.
Who they took for their defensive coach? Who they picked up?
They picked that chump up from Atlanta.
Oh, the black guy, right?
The ex-head coach.
Yeah, they did.
Morris.
Right.
He used to be with them,
Yeah,
didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't he linebacker coach for y'all or something?
Henry Shanahan they always had a good relationship with each other.
Yeah.
So now they reunited again. Am I?
Took a job, right?
There were some better choices out there, but they went with him. So I'm like, okay, give him a try. Let's see what it is. See what's going to happen with that team. And see how they're going to get that team up and running again. Injuries was their main problem.
So let me ask you.
We'll see. Sure.
Let me ask you right quick. So Robert Schaller, he was with the Jets. He didn't do such a great job. Then he went back to the Niners. He was doing all right job. I think injuries might have somewhat helped derail your situation. So now he's going back to a head coaching job. Do you feel remiss to miss him any?
I think the team's going to definitely miss him, because the chemistry that he had with his players, he got them dudes believing in them. So anytime you can get a defensive coach and he can take rookies and he can make a mountain out of a molehill with these guys and got them believing in themselves, that's a good coach right there. Now, can he formulate into a head coach? Don't know. He went into a bad situation with the Jets.
Right.
That was a real ugly, bad situation. That's like some teams, you want to be a head coach, but do you really?
I tell you what on that though. he had the Jets defense playing top notch. They was in the top 5
Yes,
when
he
he
did.
when he was
And
the
that's
coach
why.
there. They just didn't have offensively. They couldn't do anything.
Right.
That was when
You know.
Rodgers got hurt. Is that the
And that's the thing.
Before Rodgers.
When you
played.
got a guy like that that could come in and get these guys to believe in themselves, because
he ain't played.
every week the 49ers was plugging up players, and they was like, yo, you up next. There's no excuse. When your number's called, get out on that field. And he's got them trained for us. So, I'm going to wait to see who Seattle going to lose this year. You're going to wait to see who the Rams going to lose, who they're going to pick up, who Kansas City's going to spend money on. If that dude is going to be ready, if their quarterback is going to be ready in the beginning of the season, because too many losses can put you behind where you be fighting for a playoff spot or even fighting to even just say, hey, just shop this guy. We're not doing nothing this year. Let him sit back and just rest him again another season. So it depends on who they're going to get him to throw to. Depends on what these teams are going to formulate and how it is. And the best part of that is during the draft when you see all these trades and all this other stuff going on. So I'm with Tiny. Can't tell right now. Really can't tell.
So,
No, it's always like that. You got to see. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah,
You got to see.
you really can't tell.
You got to see.
And with some of these, and Detroit, maybe they find their way back. Who knows? Who knows with Detroit? Maybe they find. I was shocked about what happened with them. Maybe Dallas will tighten back up again. Who knows? Don't nobody know. Especially, I think the Giants are going to be a lot better than what they were last year. I do see that. I can kind of see the Giants making a push
It's
for
funny.
the playoffs. this
It's
year.
funny. You about
And
the third.
depending on
You the third person I
I
heard
don't
talk
know.
about them Cowboys today. I heard you the third person that they said the Cowboys might make a run if they sign Pickens
they
yet.
get in their own way.
They're gonna
Owners just
franchise
put them
tag
in
them if
bad
they don't.
situations, and
So
the
they already
Cowboys get in their
franchise
own
tag
way. And another thing is, Serge, I would say this much, Todd and Serge, you don't know what's going on with Philly, but something in Philly is not right.
Yeah.
Something in Philly, don't nobody really can put a finger on it, but something with Philly, with them players, is not right. I don't know what it is with them dudes, but it's just like, it's not right with them. And it's like, I don't know if it's the coaching staff, if it's just the quarterback, they're having an issue with him. Brown, we might have seen his last game after what happened with him with the 49ers. They probably be like, yo, this dude is definitely traded.
His body language is horrible. And sometimes as a team and you got everybody looking at that, sometimes you got to get rid of that. I don't care how good the guy is.
They
know what I'm
said they had that meeting with him, Hurts, Barkley, and Brown had the meeting during the season, and it was supposed to stay in house, and somebody leaked it, and they thought it was Brown that leaked it.
Probably
so
was.
he might be the problem.
Yeah.
all right, pause for a second. All right, so we're gonna change positions very quick. I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody, and I'll be back next week. I hope you have a great show. Continue what you're doing. I'm out. All right, Tiny.
Good.
All right, sir.
Yeah, you
All
can
right.
go ahead, Ant. You can talk.
Oh, Dave, man, listen, man, I don't know where you're going, but I hope you have a safe journey, my brother.
Thank you, man. I got an appointment with the Knicks. I'll see you later.
Oh, well, that's going to, well, listen, that's a great game you're going to see, man.
Who are they playing?
They playing.
So great about that.
Yeah, I was about to say what make that game great? Green, it's
Because
Indiana.
They're playing. You know why? Because they're playing a lot better. They've been playing a lot better. Even though they just lost that winning streak over to Detroit, then they came back and bounced back against.
No, that was Charlotte. That wasn't Indiana, was it?
Who?
He said Pistons.
We lost to Detroit.
Yeah, the Knicks is playing
smashed
Indiana,
by
I think,
Detroit.
tonight.
Detroit destroyed them.
They got smashed.
Yeah, they playing the Pacers.
No,
they're
but
playing the Pacers tonight.
I wanna hear that.
I'm trying to figure out what makes
wanna hear
the Pacers
Oh, makes it a great
Yeah,
a great
They
game
talking
because
about
it's the Pacers.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just feel they gonna win all their games.
Man, listen, I don't take no team for granted. Any team at any given Sunday can come out there and start playing some great ball and hit knockdown shots. I don't take no team
Yeah,
for granted.
anything is possible.
They probably got those tickets. They probably got those tickets for free, but you know, who knows? Because the Pacers is not playing good basketball this year. But I don't take no team for granted when it comes out there. Them guys get out there, start hustling and playing. They might have a little chip on their shoulder tonight and say, "Yo, we're gonna win."
They star player got hurt. I mean, he got hurt that end of the season, so they wasn't gonna have a good year, and they didn't sign back their big man. So that's what hurt them.
That kind of baffled me on that one because you needed that big man to even try to keep that team afloat, and they didn't even bother.
I don't know why they let him go.
Well, they was trying to get rid of him during the season last year.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't have no faith in Miles Turner.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they didn't get nothing to replace him. So
okay, if you don't have no faith in him, but you got to look at who you going to plug in that hole.
Well, they plugged in. Who they plugged? They got a big man now. They just
signed, but he ain't playing yet.
No, but he the guy from
the Clippers.
The Clippers.
Yeah, but they said he not coming. He not playing.
But that's
right
for
away.
next year.
I don't know what something.
They plugged him in for next year when Halliburton come back.
They said they're not gonna bring him in right away. I don't know. Was he hurt before?
Yeah, he was hurt. He's hurt.
Okay. So they say he won't play
Well,
for
I think
a while.
you know what. Believe it or not, even if Boston get their man back, they're gonna make a good run for him. If Boston get their guy back, if y'all say he's starting to practice with the D League, if he's practicing and he can get his strength back in his legs and everything else, and get up to game for him, Boston can make a good run in the East.
They were saying I heard that today too. I heard that today.
Well, because it's not like they down there in the trenches. They battling for second and third place with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't put it nothing past him if he do come back.
Listen,
he will be Boston will be a dangerous team to have to play with.
Yeah, I always say is you just got to get in. Once you get in, anything can happen. Once you get in, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I agree with y'all 100%. I got to ask you a quick question, Serge.
Go ahead.
Mr. Baseball Knowledge.
Yes,
How do you feel about what's going on over there with the Yankees right now?
You know what? I'm a little
Honestly,
I'm a little bit worried about one position and one position only, and that's shortstop. Because I don't believe in Volpe. I mean, I hope this kid Caballero, I think he's gonna start the season off. I hope he start off real hot and make it hard for them to put Volpe back in because they so die hard on this guy Volpe that it's discouraging to me. I don't mind that what they did so far because they picked up another pitcher. They got the guys last year for the release, so losing Weaver ain't a big deal because he was gonna lose it anyway because they got Bernard, what's his name, Benyard and Dotel for the back of the rotation. They still got. I hope Loizaga will come back strong. We're gonna get Garrett Cole back, so that's like gaining an ace right there. And with Free,
you think Garrett Cole has been around for a while. You think he's still gonna have some firepower left in him?
Yeah, he ain't that old. He ain't 40. He's in his 30s.
He set out a whole year, so
and he should be. He should be good. And if Rondon and Freed and Gill and the rest of them hold up the start, and that kid Schittler, who looked real good last year at the end of the year, we should be all right. I don't think we lost enough to make a difference. We won 94 games last year, and we basically the same team with a ace coming back. So we should be just as good, if not better, this year, in my opinion.
How you feel about the hitting power, though?
You know that I'm hoping, honestly, truthfully, that kid Rice improve a little bit. I'm hoping that Spencer Jones finally get a chance to play. I'm hoping that Dominguez could play because they need all these young boys to come in and start producing. If our young kids can actually play, then we got not only next year, we got a future. Because if Judge is still going to be around, Judge is the MVP caliber guy to hold any time you got him in your lineup. I like Cody Bellinger, and like I said,
Stanton? Isn't this Stanton last year, right?
Yeah, it's his last year. So I mean, if he produce, he produce. If he don't, he'll be gone anyway. And after this year, he'll probably be gone unless he really do something crazy like hit 40 home runs, and maybe they'll start signing him year to year. He ain't gonna get no more long-term contract. You know that for sure, because his health is always a question mark. I mean, he's the type of guy, if he stay healthy and he swing the bat, he could give you 30 home runs a year. Am I looking for that? No, because I know the first time he hit a ball in the gap and he tried to go for a double, he's going to pull a hamstring. So I don't have no faith in Staten as far as staying on the field. But if he does stay on the field, yeah, he can help us.
You think they need to add anybody else?
Nah. Honestly, I think this is the team that we're going to go into the season with. If they add anything, it's going to be, like I said, that kid Jones, they bring him up because he done destroyed AAA last year. They need to let him go ahead and get his shot. And the pitching is strong. As long as if we could keep our pitching healthy, we're as good as anybody in the league, honestly. Because with Fried and Rodin and Cole, we got 3 great starters. And the other 2 guys, Sittler, who look very good, he could fall in if Rondon fall out. And then we still got Gil. I still like Gil. I like Gil like I used to like Severino. I thought Severino was going to be a long-time Yankee, but he messed up and they gave up on him too fast. But I don't know. I think with the pitching we got enough hitting. We won 94 last year. Like I said, we just as good, if not a little better. And we should be right there in the mix again. We really should.
I've been sidelining them to see who they sign and who else they're looking at. Hopefully they'll come back just as strong and just as healthy.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I got a question mark on Cole, but to see if he's going to come back into game shape like that again. So, I'm hoping that they will be able to do it again. So
yeah, I think he will. He's a workhorse. So it's not like he was. This one injury is really the only major injury he's had in his career. So I mean, and he's always been the guy that you could count on. And I believe he's gonna come back and still be our ace. I really do. We'll see.
Well, yeah, definitely we'll see, man. Definitely we'll see.
All right, listen,
I done took up your brothers enough time, man. You guys, and I'm gonna tell you, everybody else, from the sound of my voice, support.
Thank you.
Where else is you going to get a radio station where you can call in and voice your opinion with a wonderful cast of brothers that have all knowledge of basketball, baseball? Support. Today, when I saw it and I was like, oh, they're going to be on today, it was easy for me to set a reminder in my phone to come in and to log in with you guys. Tiny, y'all guys are up there doing Todd, Serge, Mongo, all of y'all up there. Y'all doing a great job, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Always, man. Always.
Y'all just don't know. I'll be looking forward to Mondays. I was disappointed yesterday.
So was we. Because we was all here.
When I saw y'all was coming on Tuesday, I said, yo, you know what? Set my alarm. Y'all guys keep supporting these brothers.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping this platform continue to grow and you guys keep doing the damn thing up there. And oh yeah, my man, brother Gittins, that's always around. Man, blessings to you, Kings. And y'all brothers be great, man. And I'm going to keep listening.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Be good.
Yep. Have a good week.
All right.
You too.
Yeah, so my issue with the Yankees is going to be that fielding. Because we lost some games that we shouldn't have lost if the fielding was better.
Because who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because of Volpe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But it's not just Volpe.
No, but
he
was the main guy.
Right, he's the major
He's
part.
the major.
He's
He was the main guy.
But right. So
They tightened that up when they got McMahon.
yeah.
So he helped a lot because he might not hit, but his glove was real good at third base.
Right, because we've been in too many close games where good fielding would have won games for us. So I'm kind of on the side with you at this point with the Volpe.
It's so funny because just like what Green was saying, especially baseball, because the game season is so long, you gotta let it play out. Like for the first 2 months, you'll see like who's going to be up there.
Right.
After about the first 2 months of the season,
we'll know.
You'll see who the contenders are going to be. You know what I mean? Because it's a long haul, boy. You know, and like in all sports.
Right.
Whatever team can stay injury free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a good, because some of the times you can start off good, and then one of your good guys get hurt, and that'll mess up your whole season, man.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
That'll mess up the whole season.
It's important to get out the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3-4 games in, you got to be 3-1, 4-0. Because you know the 17-game season is grueling, man.
I think
Even with
it's
two
too
buys.
long. No, it's too long, man. I feel the football season is too long.
They getting one bye.
These guys are beating up each other, man.
Right.
The games are
Right.
hard
And they want to add an extra game. They want to
and
take
they want to put
game
them up.
away
Yeah,
and add an 18th game
it's greedy, the money.
instead of just keeping it.
They should have left it at 16
Yeah,
and never
leave it at
touched
16. Keep
And
it
never
at 4.
touched it.
Was it 4?
Because even
preseason
14
games,
was
5
good.
preseason games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Just
game
keep it
is
like
so
that, man. That was perfect. The records is perfect. You know.
Yeah, play almost 20
Yeah,
games,
that's
man.
ridiculous. And then you only get 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
And they don't play in them games.
Right. And then the guys that want a chance in the NFL, they only got 2 games to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the problem. And then
Yeah.
you could be cutting a star.
Yeah.
You don't even know it. So
Well, that goes to say you always got to stay prepared if you really want to be shining.
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
practice and you got to play.
Stay ready. Don't get
Stay
ready.
ready at all times.
At all
Right.
times.
Stay
You
in
can't
shape.
get ready. You
You
got to
stay in
ready.
game shape.
All season.
Yeah.
all season. So
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
That
with
was
the
when
game.
did I hear this at?
What? The game shape.
You know, I'm talking about that. How you got to stay in shape the whole season now. Is that putting more pressure on the people's bodies? Because years ago, when people played, whatever their season was over,
Right.
they went on vacation,
Right.
had a good time. Now these athletes stay in shape all year long. So they were saying like maybe you putting too much pressure on your body now because you always
injuries.
practicing or exercising or whatever before. When the season was over, you take a break, go
Right.
vacation, go do whatever, live it up a little or whatever. Then they come back when it came back for the season started. That's when you get yourself in shape.
Mhm.
They don't do that no more.
Nope.
It got to the point where if you was a superstar and then you came to play and you didn't live up to the potential, you was gonna get a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
You was gonna get a lot of flack.
Yeah,
Like, yo, why are we paying you this much money and you can't even deliver?
yeah.
So
And the bad thing about that is they still because of the contract, they still in the game. Because we paying you all this money, we not sitting. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
they can't.
Yeah, they
Right.
playing you.
Right.
So
and they playing. So you gotta stay in shape. This is your profession,
Yeah.
right? What's the average lifetime of a football player? What,
Let's say
6
5.
years,
Let's say
7
5.
years?
No,
No, I
5.
think
Yeah,
they
it's-
said
it's not a
yeah,
lot.
might
It's
be
not a lot.
3.
Yeah, 3 to
Right.
5.
The
It might be
elite,
5.
the elite go 10 years.
Right.
You know
So
what
they
I'm
said the
saying?
average player, I think it's 5 years now.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
It's not a lot,
It's
right?
not a lot.
So
And like what I read, what I was saying, I forgot who it was. It was basketball. And they was one of the athletes, and they was talking about, I was playing enough years to get eligible
Your
for
pension.
the pension.
right,
You
right,
heard that,
right?
Yo,
So
switch gears. I'm watching. Mark Aguirre got his number in Dallas. They retired his number,
Right.
and they had all the. Did y'all see that?
I've seen a few.
I
but
thought
don't
it
know
was
which one you're
Detroit.
talking about.
No, the Mavericks did it.
Oh, it was the
The
Mavericks?
Mavericks did it.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Yo,
okay. I
Not
didn't see
Detroit.
that.
The Mavericks did. They had
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas there, but the Mavericks did it.
Okay.
Did you see how Derek Harper, when he walked out to say something, how he was walking? I'm looking at these guys, and he's the announcer for the Maverick. Yo, you talk about out of shape, and he could barely even Mark Aguirre when he walked. I was like, yo, how old are these guys?
Right.
When I tell you out of shape and could barely walk
wow.
and whatever, Blackman still look good.
They're
Black.
around my age.
He's just a
They're
little.
older than me.
He's just he's a little heavier, but he's still like more.
right.
Yo, you gotta watch that video and watch how they came out. I was like, oh my god,
This
it's
is
like
not the one where Isaiah was crying at the podium.
Isaiah was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Isaiah
this
was
is
there
that
too.
one. Okay.
Yo, when they brought Derek Harper out to talk, I'm looking at him. He's big and oh my, could barely walk, hunched over.
Wow.
And even when, and like I said, even when Mark Aguirre came out, I'm
He's
like,
66 years old.
He's
huh?
66.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
but
but these are athletes,
you
though.
know-
Yeah,
yeah.
but they 66. Even
Right,
athletes.
I get what he's saying though,
I
because
don't-
you like when Jordan put the weight on, I expected him to put the weight on. You know what I'm saying? But when you balloon out, it's like, yo, I remember when this dude was slim.
You got to remember when you constantly working out, when you staying in shape, you forever staying in shape. You forever working.
Yeah.
So when you go on that vacation, like
It's
you
over.
said that they should be,
Right.
and then they start to relax,
Right.
it's
The
a
metabolism,
different
the
effect. It's a
metabolism
different
slow
effect.
down. You finally get to eat what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? You don't play those
I
pickup
just wasn't
games.
expecting that when I seen them. I wasn't expecting that. Not
Right.
no Derrick Hall. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Like,
And-
oh.
Well, Todd, you was an athlete.
Well, you see how I walk now, right?
You look in the mirror.
That's from transit.
You still see that athlete in the mirror?
That's from
Yeah.
transit. Yo,
No, no,
when you look
and
at
I'm
you-
not
yo,
just you.
no.
I look in the mirror. I see an old man in
I
the
make
mirror.
you laugh because your mind still telling you that athlete.
right. I was gonna say
But until you see yourself walking and stuff, I look at myself, I
Right.
be like, damn, man, what happened?
your mind always have you
Right.
thinking that.
Your mind got you thinking you
'Cause I look
20
at
years
the
old.
mirror, I be like that, like, yeah, I can still.
My body don't
Yeah.
feel like that at all.
Exactly.
That's true, though. That is
Exactly.
so true.
You can't.
Yo, and
Age don't
yeah,
I tell-
discriminate.
Nah.
I
and at
tell
the
all.
same time, right? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead,
At
go
the
ahead, go
same
ahead.
time, you don't know what they've been going through. You don't know
Yeah,
what
that's true. No,
health
that's
issues
true.
that they've been
That's
going
right.
through.
That's true.
Usually, when somebody's starting to walk slow, that means they got issues going on with their feet. and
Right,
stuff
Yeah,
right,
like
yeah,
stuff
that.
like that. That's
Yeah,
true.
So you gotta
Knees.
pay
Yeah.
attention
Yeah.
to that.
Oh, for sure.
I
for
tell
sure.
all my friends, both of them, both male and female, yo, when that 50
You
wall
got two
hits
friends, one male, one female. He said, all my friends,
He said
male
one-
and female.
Well,
I
if
meant-
it's one and
what I
one.
meant was both genders.
I know, we know what you meant.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
know.
some people that he joking with might be taking that serious.
That's because they know I'm serious.
But nah, I
He got
tell 'em,
two friends.
Yeah.
but I tell them when they hit that 50 wall, it's a
Man.
different story.
It's a
kid.
different story.
Yeah, so be ready.
I'll be the first one to agree with you on that one from experience. It was like after I hit 51, everything started happening.
Right.
I was like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yo,
And,
my
and I
God.
got a secret for y'all.
Uh,
After you hit 50, don't think that it's going to get better at 60.
Nah,
Nah,
you
nah,
can forget
it's
that. You can forget that.
Unless you,
all downhill from 50,
You
right?
forget
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, if you're not on top of your game at 50,
Right.
Don't
you
even
ain't gonna
worry
get
about
at top at 60. Trust and believe that. I don't care what you do,
No.
it ain't gonna happen.
Right. Right.
It ain't no joke, boy. This
Yeah.
body getting wear and tear, man. Ain't
Yeah.
no joke.
Yeah.
Yo, you get a certain age like I did, they start replacing parts. man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially like you said, especially if you play sports.
Yeah,
early
you
in
gotta
life
replace
and-
parts, man.
And you was falling and bumping your
Sure.
knees and all that stuff happens, man. It starts.
I
You start
got,
having
I
those
got the
ailments.
scars on my body to prove
Yeah.
it, bro.
That's another thing too. All the
Well, these guys
all
go
the
through
wear and
injuries,
tear.
the wear and tear,
Yeah,
all the wear
the
and tear.
surgeries these
Yeah.
guys had throughout the year
Yeah.
too. The years of
They
playing
all
sports.
wind up with something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something as simple as a hamstring.
And the other thing is, you don't know what type of stuff they was using to recover from
Right.
all that stuff.
Oh,
So
back
when
in those days.
because I look at George Gervin. George Gervin was a superstar, and he was also a crackhead. Not crackhead, but he was a cokehead.
Yeah,
right.
I never knew that.
yeah,
Right.
That he was seeing him on the court, you would never think he was doing that.
yeah,
But they said he had a bad problem with that.
yeah, yeah.
And who knows what, like I said, the recovery drugs, these guys, all the stuff they use to
Yeah.
recover,
Yeah.
after a while, you don't need it no more. So you're not taking it. Your body's not going to recover
Yeah.
anymore
Yeah.
because it's used to using drugs to do it.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. It starts at
That's why I
8.
tell people, man, enjoy your youth. Y'all see
Better.
these young kids
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
I tell them enjoy their youth.
Yeah.
When you get older, boy, I tell you.
Yeah. And we was told that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
we
know what I'm
was.
saying? We was told that too.
And we paid as much attention as they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't think,
And
I
you know-
feel back in those days I could run through a wall. It wouldn't bother me.
Right.
I ain't know I was gonna feel it 50 years later.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
For real. Yeah.
you know.
And the
Crazy.
crazy part is, at 50 years later, it don't take that long.
Yeah. When you think about it,
Because
we
now-
here
I be getting stuff on my phone from classmates. You know that the thing classmates where they do,
Classmates.com?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been 50 years since you graduated. Thanks a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was 18
Right.
51 years ago.
Right.
Wow.
Jesus.
You go to
And
those,
that, and to me, in my head, like you said, you think that was yesterday
yeah.
because you
It feel
remember
like
it.
It feel-
Yeah.
it
Right.
feel like
You
it.
remember
Yeah.
all that.
Still
And you
some
say
of
to
that
yourself,
Still stay
man,
with you.
I was doing this, that, and the other 50
Mhm.
years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when it's sad.
You
When you
said
say
you said you live on the 5th floor,
5th floor.
right? So
Yep.
When the elevator broke down, you had to
4
take those
days.
stairs
Right.
up
4
the
days.
elevator.
Right.
And you're 18 years old, even
You
25.
used to run up
30,
them
you'll
stairs.
run up them stairs.
Right.
No problem,
Yeah, I was
right?
skipping.
Right, you skipping
Sir,
the stairs.
I was taking stairs 3 and 4 at a
I ain't
time.
going outside today. My elevator's broke. I ain't going
Right,
outside.
I ain't getting no more groceries.
Exactly.
I'm good.
And I'm gonna tell you what happened. They had a fire in the building, electrical fire, and they said that the firemen did something in the back of the building, and the water came in and ruined the entire elevator. So they had to
that's why the
replace
elevator-
everything.
Wow.
That's why it took
How long-
4 days.
Oh, okay.
Right.
4 days.
You only
I
have
did
one-
go out one
elevator
time.
out
I
in the
went,
building?
yeah, one time a day I went out, went down, no problem.
Right.
Coming back upstairs, I stopped at every floor,
Took a break.
took a break, took a few breaths, did another set of stairs.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, every day I saw somebody sitting on the steps.
Getting their rest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the old
That's
timers
what's
like
up.
me,
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
And I started
Taking
saying,
a
you
break.
know what? Let me sit with you.
Have a
But,
conversation,
But
right?
I ain't gonna lie, that one time a day was enough for me to say, nope, I'm not going back out again
No.
today.
Right,
I don't
right,
care what happened.
No.
They're gonna carry me out next time.
Yeah.
Make you appreciate elevator more.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
When they came back,
Let me tell you,
The things you take for
but
granted.
yeah,
I got a few friends to this day. They still live in pre-war buildings. They got
Ooh,
no
elevator.
no
They never had
elevator.
elevators.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo,
pre-war
that is
buildings,
no
yeah.
joke, man.
That
Nah,
ain't
that ain't
no.
no joke. When you
Yeah.
get older,
Yeah, that's no
Okay.
joke.
can you imagine the women that got 3 or 4 kids?
Yeah.
Lug up them
Yeah, you
stairs?
got to bring laundry. You got to bring groceries.
Ah.
Nah, man.
I
that's
was
no
lucky.
joke.
My first 2 apartment buildings that I lived in, no elevators, nothing. But I always lived on the second floor.
Oh,
yeah.
got
See,
it.
that ain't
Lucky.
bad.
Yeah, I was
Second is
lucky.
not bad.
Always lived on
You
the
can live
second
with
floor.
that.
Right,
Both times.
Once you get past the third,
Yeah.
trust
Right.
and leave.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
go
I-
harder.
yo, and you know what's so funny? Because I'm on the fifth floor. And I've always said, because I got 2 elevators, but I always was seeing one was faulty. And I always said, third floor is normally what I would take. Fifth floor is the limit. You know what I'm saying? Because some buildings, they don't have those short steps. They got one long step.
Right.
That's to get to the first floor.
Right.
My building, the first floor is the first floor is the second floor.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that how yours is
Yeah.
set up?
Yep.
Right. So the lobby is the lobby.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a lobby.
Right.
There's
So
no
you going up
apartments on the
6
lobby.
flights.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's no joke, man.
I don't know who
so-
made that announcement.
But yeah, child, I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
well,
man, but-
we should be looking forward, like you said, this cold weather with baseball, the pitches and the
That's
catches
tomorrow,
starting
yeah.
tomorrow. That means springtime's coming, right?
yeah,
Let's hope so.
Well, they're in Florida, right? They're
Yeah, they're in Florida.
Well, they ain't here.
They chilling.
Nah, they
right.
freezing.
right.
They damn sure
Hey,
ain't
they
here.
getting 70-degree weather right now.
Right.
Let me look them up.
You know?
Yeah, it's 70
Yeah,
because
it's 70
Dallas
out
Dallas
there.
was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Right. They definitely not out here. And that's the
Wow.
reason why they out there.
Right. They're in
The
Florida and
only thing
Arizona.
about those down, like, even though, they experienced during this time, we had the cold spell. The South had their cold spell. They had snow. But it might last for a couple of days or a week, and then it gets right back to warm again.
Right.
Right.
It don't be like us where it stays like this the whole season.
Right.
This is the
You know,
longest, right?
It says
It's been the longest
It's
for a
been
while.
like this for 30 years. This is the coldest it's been.
In
in
4 years.
consecutive days?
30 years. This cold.
Right.
Right.
That since the winter started, it hasn't been like this for 30 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's
Right.
96, something like
Yeah,
that.
That's why they got a lot of main pipes busting all
Yeah.
over the place.
Oh,
Yeah,
man. Well, all these
yeah.
pipes in the city is over 100 years old. anyway.
That's a problem too.
Yeah,
They all old.
Yeah.
So they gotta replace them. And they don't know which
And
one.
it's funny because this whole summer, the last summer, on my block, almost every day they was working on pipes,
replace it.
replacing everything.
Now you
And I
know
was
why.
complaining because they was all in the way. Now
Now
I'm
you
happy
know
as
why.
hell that they did because I don't have to worry about that. Like
Right.
Brooklyn, where they having them problems
Right,
with the pipes and everything.
Right.
People
They
losing
was proactive.
electricity. Right.
It was proactive. Yeah.
It's
So,
crazy.
yeah. So
Anyway.
who y'all said the Knicks is playing?
The
Indiana,
Pacers.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, there ain't no game.
Right.
Ain't no
It
game.
shouldn't be.
Ain't no game.
Honestly, Pacers is the second worst team in the league
What
this year.
channel? Yeah, what channel was that game on yesterday with the Detroit Charlotte game? What was that on?
It wasn't.
I didn't think. Oh, so what's going on?
His coach was watching on that fancy box.
Yeah. I was wondering what because I was
It
looking.
probably
I ain't
was.
see
It
that.
might have
game.
been Peacock, but out there.
Oh,
I
maybe.
think that's what it was.
Maybe.
Because like we're not gonna get it, obviously. So it probably
Even if you
it's
got
on there.
Peacock, you couldn't get it.
No, because I'm saying like NBC is our local station, so we might not be getting it.
Y'all gotta get
You know what I'm
those.
saying?
You gotta get that box. You gotta get that box.
Yeah.
You can watch every game that's going on, no matter where it's at.
Yeah.
But I had mine on my Fire Stick. I used to go do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
On my Fire
there's
Stick.
still ways of getting it.
And I keep forgetting I got it, and I don't even look at it because
Yeah.
I get the NBA channel, NFL
Yeah,
channel, basically, I get all
been
that.
getting on me all the time.
And I keep forgetting I got it. Believe it or not, I don't even go on there to look at games. I just used it just to watch the
Right.
movies and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but there's
Well,
ways
well,
of getting it. I ain't,
Well, there's so much.
we ain't gonna
things you
talk
be
about
getting.
it. But yeah, so what's up with these transactions that we made? Everybody, NBA rather.
Nothing was a blockbuster. You got certain teams that did a little something, but I don't think there was anything that was like, I don't know, real major.
Right.
You know, because everybody was looking for the Giannis. You know,
Right.
they thought it was gonna be Giannis and
Right. Well, I gave that the trade deadline. Remember last year I said
Right.
we got to the trade deadline to see what happens.
right. Your boy finally got picked up, right?
So
Cam
yeah, he's
Sue?
with Giannis in them.
Oh, he's in. Okay.
Yeah, he's with Giannis. You know,
I think he got
so-
$8 million, right? Something like
I didn't
that.
see
Is
what
that
how
what they
much
gave
got.
I
him?
think $8 million.
I don't see what it, but
One year?
but I'm gonna say this because then the Nets won last night, right?
Yeah, they beat Chicago.
And I remember Serge putting that post up. Remember that screenshot you put up
About Cam and
Cam
how
in
bad
the
the
game and
defense
out the
was.
game?
Yeah.
Right. So my idea was always, just play him. Play him out the whole season. Let him play. Let him get his 20 points a game. Let him showcase himself. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a showcase. He's still in the game. I mean, he's still playing amongst his players. But if this team starts winning games now, then it's going to look crazy. Because we're supposed to be trying to get this draft pick. We're supposed to be in the top. We're trying to get these top.
You want them to tank. That's what you're trying to
No,
say.
I'm saying, why let him go? Why let him go for nothing? They cut him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of times teams do that when they really don't want to play him no more.
Right.
They won't let him play. He's
Now-
out. They don't play him. They
Right.
just sit him because
Right.
they want to get rid of
see,
him.
we
A
in
lot
a
of
sticky-
teams do that. I don't
We're in
know
a
why they
gray
do it.
area because of the fact that we're trying to tank. So playing him, they have a bad record, right, Serge? So
Who's
keep
that?
playing them.
When they play Cam.
Right.
He's having a
Oh.
bad
Right.
record.
So keep playing them.
Right. So now they got rid of him. He's not playing. and
Right.
they
So
start winning.
So yesterday they won because I
they
said
won
this
last
is
2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
right.
Hold
So
on.
well, one of the game. What was the other team? What was the Utah Jazz or something? They was a bad team.
The Bulls ain't that great.
No, I'm saying the other team. Right.
And,
right.
and the
right.
Bulls game, we tried to give it back to them.
Right. So my
They
my-
just didn't want it.
right. So my thing is this: the Nets is trying to get taller. It's obviously they want a tall team. He's the shortest guy. He was the shortest guy starting,
Yeah.
and he's basically the shortest guy coming off the bench. And when you look at the Trae Young situation, and you look at Ja Morant's situation, it looks like the league is moving to taller players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's always been the case.
Well,
lately.
there was a time when we was playing small ball.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
that's
saying?
That's
been
because
But
you're
Steph
getting out
is
of
about
here.
to be out of here.
Because
now.
that's now you're getting the European players, and most of the European players are tall players.
Right. So now I see them trying to get taller. Like the shortest guy might be 6'5", 6'6". Zoman is 6'9".
right. That's
Trae
what they
6'6".
that's what they're trying to get. They're trying to get in the 6'7"
right.
or 6'9"
Right.
range that could play multiple positions,
Yeah.
Right.
could run and shoot.
Right. And got long arms to defend.
They don't want no
But that's
6 foot
why-
guys no
Right.
more.
That's why
Exactly.
they got rid of what's called Trae Young to Atlanta, because Atlanta got a lot of those 6'7",
Right.
6'8", 6'9",
Right.
and they interchangeable.
Right.
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 You know what I'm saying?
So
That's
now
what they did.
So now it looked like the short guard might be if he's not an exciting, prolific short guard, he might be out of here for 10 years or whatever.
Because you'd be a defensive liability.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
I
problem.
seen what you call him the other day. What team is that he's on now? The guy that used to play with y'all in Cleveland. And they got rid of him.
LeVert?
Yeah. What
Karis
team?
LeVert?
Yes. What team is he's on? I seen him on
He's
somebody
on a
else.
bad team, I think now, right?
I seen him on somebody yesterday.
Thought he was still on. The Cleveland got rid of him.
Yeah, he's not on
he's been
Cleveland.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
he was still there.
So say what you say to me, kid. Yo, you gotta stay up on
Karis
these things.
LeVert.
I seen it yesterday. I was
No,
like,
he
hold up,
been
he not.
gone. He played.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Harris,
think what
Levert.
game was I watching. I see him
I think he's on the
playing.
bad team though. Or maybe he's with the Pacers. Did I see him with the Pacers last year?
He's playing for the Pistons.
Some Pistons.
That's what it
He's
is.
not on a bad
Nah,
I
team.
thought he was on a bad team.
He's on the best team in the
I
East.
said, yo, when did they get
Yeah,
him?
they got rid of him.
Who did they trade
Oh,
him?
he was on Atlanta last year. That
Yeah,
was the
that's
bad
what
team
I'm
he was
saying.
on.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't on no Pistons last year.
I was
No, he
like,
just-
when did the Pistons get him?
Yeah, they must have picked
No,
him
he
up.
matter of fact, did he play? He was in them Knicks games, I think.
No, because he was on the Cleveland. Last time I remember, like he said, he was on
Nah,
Cleveland.
Yeah, he was gone.
Hey.
They let him go.
I had to ask you a question.
He
'cause
signed with them in the off season.
I gotta
Pistons?
ask you a question because I'm confused about something. Right? New Jersey right now, the Nets.
Brooklyn.
That's right, kid.
All right, my
Don't do
bad.
You
that.
really
Brooklyn
confused,
Don't
kid.
do that, kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
My
he
bad.
why he
My
go
bad.
there?
Cut his mic
Brooklyn
off.
Nets.
Yeah, I know I can't. If
If
I could, I
Go
would.
ahead, go ahead.
All
I
right,
forgot
all
he a
right, my
Knicks
bad.
fan.
He
My
had me
bad.
going for a minute.
And
I
he
was like,
and the crazy
yeah.
part is he's from Brooklyn and he's still disrespecting them like that.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
yeah,
But,
kid.
all right, you just made a point about that they won 2. It's like you saying that they should be losing so they can have a better
Draft pick
draft.
This,
pick?
Yeah.
this year's draft
is the
supposed
strongest
to
draft
be
in
right.
20
said that
years.
last year.
They said
Now, this
Cooper,
year gonna be a go.
they said Cooper Flag would be the 5th pick right now.
I doubt
Right.
it.
No, this is what they saying.
Listen, I keep y'all heard me in the text
I heard
in
you
the
say
thing. I don't care who's they. Tell me who they are. That's what I want to know.
Analysts.
Who's they?
Guys that got the same job you got.
Huh?
Analysts.
I don't. Cooper Flag, if it's in this draft right now, will still be a top pick. Y'all be crazy
Top
not to
five
take
is
him.
top pick.
You know what I'm saying?
Top
But
five is a top pick.
I tell
Fifth
you,
pick is a top pick.
I tell you, there's a lot of guys in this draft. That,
Yes.
A whole
you know,
lot.
at least 10, 11, 12
Yeah.
guys.
Right. It's deep.
Easy. It's
It's
deep.
deep.
And this is why we can't
He's
be
deep.
winning right now.
Right.
But
No, for real.
I'm gonna tell you
Yo.
something, and I'm gonna still say it, is like you talk about those top that guy, what's it called?
Who's that?
Serge guy Peterson. And I hope he's
Oh,
I just hope his
okay.
legs is right. I don't know what's going on with him,
I'm not even looking
that-
at him. I was looking at him,
but
but
I'm
there's so
not-
many healthy guys with no
Right.
problems that I don't have to
I'm
take
still
him.
sold on this guy Wilson, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, if I'll take him
Oh
first.
yeah, Wilson too.
I'll take that kid first. And I know the BYU guy, I know the Pete, I know him.
Yeah,
The guy in Arizona is
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
You know, the big boozer guy is good.
Mhm.
But I'm not taking him because he's just going to be another big guy, and he'll be like the kid. He remind me of the kid on Orlando, the one. that
Paolo
was playing the
Banchero?
big- Yeah, he remind.
Okay.
They remind me of the same play. I like a fluid big guy.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? And the guy on BYU, that guy on
Pete?
Arizona.
I'm talking about Pete.
No,
No,
the
that's
Bonster.
Arizona, Pete.
The
Arizona,
Bonster.
right.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Bonster
okay.
and them Wilson guys. They fluid, man.
Yes.
I like big fluid guys, man. And but they got some cats out there.
Yo,
Yeah,
it's
they got a
enough-
They
bunch
got
of
some
It's
cats out
enough
there.
to be like
You know.
if we let's say we finish 4th place, we good. We still good. I'm saying as far as the
What happened last year? What was your first
We
pick?
was
Leslie?
Eighth.
Well, y'all would have got a guy this year.
No,
But y'all could have got a guy.
Showman is not a bad pick
No,
right now. He's
no,
showing and
no,
proving
but
that
they
he's not a
shoulda-
bad pick.
No, but they should.
None of them except for
Saraf,
Sarah.
I told you
What
Saraf
would
was
what would
trash.
you would have said if they would have took Homeboy though?
Who, Queen?
Yes, that's who they
No,
should have picked.
I didn't mind taking Queen either.
They should have took
You know what
him.
I'm saying? I didn't mind taking
I don't know
Queen
why they
either.
let him walk.
You
So
know?
I see he's the player.
But you know what? Since he's been getting injured, I'm glad that we got Joman because Joman ain't got hurt yet.
Okay, so
You
wait
know
a
what I'm
minute.
saying?
So, all right, here's my question. At this point in time, you don't think they got a chance to even get into the playoffs or the championship?
No.
No, we in a great area right now. Because if we win too many games, we're gonna either be scraping the play-in, which is we don't want to scrape the play-in. I want to be at this point. What was it? 30 games left? 35 games left? It ain't that many games left.
They not looking to win this year. They
30
want to get a good
games.
draft. For they don't
30
feel their
games.
team.
And we 10 games out of the last spot.
Right.
Right.
So
So
you might as well stay there to get a good player.
exactly.
And I get
Right.
it.
And
Get
we're-
the
and
best player possible.
Right. It's 30. If it's 30 games left, I don't need to see what the rookies can do right now. You know what I'm saying? I can play freaking Cam Thomas, but he's not there right now. But I'm saying at the time, I can play Cam Thomas and probably sneak in and get something for him at the end of the year in a package deal. But they cut him. You know, he's based on what he said. Milwaukee said they've been wanting him for years.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yo, they always wanted me. They always was trying to make a deal. They couldn't make a deal. Now I'm here.
Didn't they say they was trying to he denied that when they tried to didn't they try to trade him? What were the two teams
I don't know
that he denied it?
I gotta look, but
Yeah, because he had no trade clause.
Right.
right.
I thought Milwaukee was one of them, and he denied it.
Might have been.
It comes down to that package. What was being packaged?
Package.
Was Giannis in that package?
To the Nets?
No, I doubt
No,
it.
I'm asking a question. Was Giannis
No.
in that package?
I
You know
doubt it.
what I'm saying?
No,
I'm
but
just
the
throwing it
Nets
out
was
there.
offering when they said they would like he could make his own trade.
Right.
They said the Nets was trying to move him, and he turned it down.
Right. I don't.
He turned it down.
Basically, when he didn't shoot that ball, you seen that game, right, Serge?
Which
When
one?
he didn't shoot the ball at the top of the key with the seconds remaining,
Oh,
that's what triggered the cut.
For him to sit down.
Yeah, that's what triggered. Yeah, they pulled him out the game and then they waived him last week. You know what I'm saying? He didn't shoot the ball. Seconds left. He didn't shoot. He passed it to somebody.
I did hear about that.
Right, and
yeah.
then the time ran out.
And then
He went and sat down.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard something about that.
So, you know,
I think the Nets got a long way to go, man.
I think this is it. This is the year. I mean, next year, because they play good. I'm seeing flashes of being good.
no, they got the
You
young
see?
boys could play.
Yeah.
I like
They
the
can play.
young boys, but I don't. They need a
They need a-
legitimate big
Right.
because I mean Claxton and Sharp, they
I definitely
workable,
Like Sharp.
but they backups. They
I
not.
don't like Sharp at all.
I like Sharp. I like
He's
Sharp more
alright.
than Claxton.
I like Claxton. more
Would
than
you
I like
do?
Sharp.
Would
Claxton
you,
and Clowney is the same player.
Not really. Clowney can shoot threes. Claxton
Yeah.
can't
Claxton
shoot no
can
threes.
shoot.
Claxton
But I'm
can't
saying,
shoot
what
no
would you
threes.
think?
You put them side by side, you can't tell which one is which except for the hair color.
Right. My thing
They
is,
build is
what
the
would you
same.
say
Yeah.
if they moved him?
Claxton
Claxton.
traded him. You
Yeah.
mean? I would
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
not for a
gotta be somebody
good draft
better than him.
choice.
You gotta be somebody better than him.
Because I think you've seen the best of him for your team already.
I think
believe
so.
that.
I think you've seen the
agree
best
with
of him.
you. I agree.
I don't know how much
Because
better he's gonna do.
When you get to this, to where he's at now, what year is he in now? 5th year,
Something
something
like
like
that.
that. I'm expecting a consistent jump shot. You know what I'm saying? A mid-range jumper at this point, and he don't have that.
We
Who's
got a
that?
question.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was getting ready to say, somebody asked a question about the All-Star game. Who's that?
the
NBA versus
world will make the?
What's that? Look like it's Jeremy.
Yeah, he said, do you think the NBA
Versus the world.
will make the All-Star game more interesting?
Yeah, the world gonna blow them out. You see that team they got?
The short guys versus the tall guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see the team they got?
But
It
Steph
should be-
is on that short
Yeah,
guy team.
it's
so-
gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Steph's
Yeah, it
on that
should be
short guy
real
team,
interesting.
I don't know if they.
I
can
think
beat-
they finally gonna
you
play
know.
some defense.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like the regular All-Star game where them guys just run up and
Right,
down.
no,
And, no, these guys are gonna contest.
Small ball
They're gonna
versus-
contest it.
But as long as you got Steph on that team, I think
He's
they
not
got-
playing.
He's not playing. He's
He
been,
not?
no, he's out.
You say he's not playing until after the All-Star
Oh,
game.
so
Yeah,
they might
they
be-
I already
it's a
seen
done
it today.
deal. I didn't see that.
I forgot what you call him.
You can get on.
What you call him? I know what you call him. Replaced him. They used to play with the Pelicans, and he played with Toronto.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram.
Ingram. He's replaced. him.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they already said that he's
Okay,
replaced him.
Ingram can play.
He's not gonna make a difference against that squad they
I
got.
know.
That
got-
world
they
team.
got-
That world team.
They
is-
got the
That-
MVPs. They
Right.
got
Yeah,
everything,
everybody on that
man.
world
Please. They got Shea Gilgeous,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Luka.
Yeah.
The backcourt alone is gonna eat
Yeah,
them
it's
up.
crazy.
And that's without Joker and Giannis and
Right.
all of them
Right.
cats.
How did they pick? Oh.
What do you mean? How did they pick it? It's the
I'm
world
just saying,
versus
it's
the
the world.
USA.
You know what I thought it was gonna be
Oh.
when they was talking about doing the world? Like not the guys who's in the NBA.
Oh, the Europeans.
Like the
and all
European
that.
team,
Right,
yes.
right.
That's what I
Against the
thought.
NBA players.
Yes, that's
Right,
how I thought it was going
Right.
to be.
right,
I didn't know they was going to use the foreign players
right.
of the NBA and
Right.
put
Yeah,
them on one
against
team.
it.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
No, that was the concept that I was pushing.
Yeah,
the
I
the
thought they was
foreigners
gonna
from the
play
NBA against the regular.
world, against the European league.
Nah, that still wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, these guys going to kill them.
LeBron and KD got to step up.
Nah, they going to get killed.
It's gonna
I-
be interesting.
I
They
would
should.
like to see
It
that.
should be a good game, though.
Yeah, I would like to see
No,
that.
Next
these-
week,
Long as it be, this could be it'll
Sunday.
be competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll
You
be
know-
Sunday.
You know what's funny? Like you just said, I will actually watch it now.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have watched it. I ain't been watching it.
Right, you
know
can
what I'm
watch it now because
now I will
it's
watch that.
but the only part I don't like is that they made it into a 14 thing again instead of just having the whole game world versus U.S. stars. Because they wanted to get more stars in, so they still got the rookie team. Then they broke up the NBA guys to two different teams, and they got the world guys for 8 guys.
Do they still got that the young school play the old school type thing going
First
on?
rookie against the second year.
Yeah.
Okay. That still goes on.
Yeah, that's Saturday night.
All right.
But they also have a rookie team that they're gonna play in the tournament, on Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
Because whoever has the best record out of the 3 teams, they all play each other one game or something, and then the best records play the final game.
Right.
Okay.
So the USA Stars, the Stars, Stripes, in the world.
Right.
So the Stars is Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Kay Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey.
Right. They're the younger guys.
Right. The Stripes is Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Curry injured, not playing, KD, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, and Norman Powell.
Damn.
All right. And then the world is Giannis. Then you have Jeter,
Forget it.
Luka,
Forget it.
SGA, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Sengun, Pascal Siakam, Kat, and Victor Wemby. And Wemby's on that team, and it's going to be punching everybody.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, the U.S. got to step up. They're gonna have to.
They should have mixed that team together to play against that European League.
Yeah, they might have had a little better chance.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they was gonna do.
Well, who do you think is going to win out of the? Well, I see the Stripes. I can't go past KD and LeBron.
Yeah, they should beat them.
I can't see. Right. I can't see. You know, and if Curry was there, I would definitely give him a chance. Now, what's up? Lillard is hurt.
Yo, that's if they come to play. Sometimes when lately I think they haven't been playing.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of doing this. So they make them play because it's for pride.
Okay. The game itself was hard.
Donovan got a hot game. I don't know about Kawhi.
Man, please, if the world guys come to play, it's not even close.
No. Especially you got Giannis on there.
I'm telling you, I've always wanted to see this, and now we get to see it.
Nah, this looks lopsided.
At Sunday, what time?
Sunday, I think at 6 o'clock.
I'm giving.
It was 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it used to be the game.
I'm giving KD a chance.
8 o'clock. I'm like, why so late? 8:30.
Is it really that late?
Yeah, it used to be the last few years. It was that late.
Let me see, because
I hope it's not.
I don't think it is.
It's gonna be interesting with Jalen.
No, 5 o'clock.
Oh, they 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was good. They gonna go prime time. They want to, because you know they got tournaments, so they got like 4 games that they're gonna play.
Was one game, but
they only.
Game came on
I think they're only 20-minute games though, something like that.
Yeah. What's the rule?
I think it's 20-minute games they playing.
They playing up to a certain point, 35 points or something.
No, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's just when the clock runs.
Yeah. No, they're not playing to a point.
I remember back in the day when I'll never forget that year when Iverson and Starbury played together.
Yeah,
and they came back.
I got that. My brother got that on tape.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I just watched that 2 weeks ago. You have that on tape.
At least even like at the end of fourth quarter, they would play.
Yeah,
that's garbage. Now,
he
had to play for pride then, man.
He got the whole commercials and everything on that.
It's horrible now.
No, what's horrible is the dunk contest.
That's horrible. Nobody don't want to be in it no more.
Did you see who was in it now? You don't even know half them dudes.
Yo, this guy said Kobe Bryant and Vince Carter's baby.
Right.
That guy Carter Bryant. That's Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant's illegitimate child. He's in the contest.
Who is that?
Carter Bryant.
He's a rookie on the Spurs, I think. I think he's a Spurs rookie. Yeah, his name's Carter Bryant. They got nothing. They got it's incredible how you got nobody who was a star who wants to do the dunk contest.
Right.
Back in the day, you had the best guys. Jordan,
right.
Dominique.
But it was new.
Dr. J, all the cats.
It was
man.
new. The novelty wore off.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
the big
so-
thing, the best part of that competition is gonna be the 3-point shooting contest.
That's
At
the
least
only
they
thing
got
that's good that's
shooters.
left. Yeah.
Right.
They got
That's
shooters.
the only thing that's left.
They even let Damon shoot, and he been
And
injured
he's
all year.
injured. They letting him in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Where's the All-Star weekend going down at?
I don't
That's a
know.
good question.
Yeah, like what city this year?
Hold on, get you right in a minute.
I've been through 5 of them, right?
You went to
It says
5 on
LA.
Sunday?
Yeah,
you did?
I went through 5 of them. I went to
Yeah,
the one-
California.
Yeah, LA.
Yeah, I went to the one in
That's the
Atlanta.
Lakers.
When they had that
stadium,
one in
right?
Atlanta.
Inuit Dome. That's the Lakers.
Is that the Lakers? Inuit?
No, that's supposed to be the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's one of them.
Because the Lakers ain't Staples Center no more?
I don't know.
Or is it changed?
Dude,
Yeah.
you're supposed to know that, man. That's your team.
I know it ain't no I don't remember them changing it to England.
Yeah, it's the Clippers.
Clippers, yeah, that's the new stadium.
Yeah, they play that Crypto.com arena. And they got,
Oh, that's where they
and they
playing at?
that's where they previously played. They moved, I guess.
Yeah, they got their own stadium thing. This is the first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they broke away. They don't play in the
So
same
what
thing.
is, so what
Staples
is
Centers no
into,
more.
into it? What is
Yeah,
that?
that's the
That's the Clippers
No,
joint.
what's the name? What company is that? I'm saying.
That's the thing into it. It's a computer company. I
Oh,
believe.
Yeah, I
okay.
believe so.
Yeah.
When they had it, I like when they had it in the
Financial software.
Yeah.
like the country areas. It'd be so much fun.
Mm.
It'd be so much fun. When they had it in New York, it was okay. It wasn't all that when it was in New York. When it was in Philly, it was dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when it went to Philly.
Oh, these dudes do everything. TurboTax, Credit Karma.
Yeah, into it. You never see
QuickBooks.
their commercials?
Yeah, I always see Credit Karma and all. I never see Intuit themselves. Wow. That's a big company.
Do y'all go to the All-Star weekends? Have you been going?
I never been, no.
Oh,
Never been.
Nah, I've been to that.
Nah.
oh, man. All right.
No, I'm quite sure. I remember I wanted to go years ago.
Uh-huh.
Some of my friends, tried to do with the guys, but it never worked out.
Yeah. They used to have the like in front of the hotel. In front of the hotels, they would have like all the people out there, and they'd be announcing some of the ball players coming out of that hotel. I was like, yo, look at this. This is crazy. It was crazy out there.
I can imagine.
What stadium was this? That was Philly Stadium?
That was in Philly.
He said he went to
Philly?
5 of them.
Yeah, I went to 5. I went to one
Oh,
in
so they
Philly.
all do it?
Yeah, they all do. I went to one in Philly, the one that they did in Atlanta,
Okay.
New York, and I believe they did it in Baltimore. Or Maryland. Yeah, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, you would want to go. I'm
Word.
surprised y'all haven't
Oh,
been.
of course. No, I just never did it.
You went to the games,
Yeah, I went to the game, but I also went to the festivities.
right?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? All the festivities.
Yeah.
Some of the festivities.
They got fan
festivities
games
was
and
better.
stuff like that.
Yeah, it was better than the games because
Yeah.
they had
It's a big
Stuff you
weekend
can
thing.
participate
They do
in.
something it's something to
Yeah,
do every
players
day.
throw
For
parties
the whole
and
weekend.
Right,
the
right.
parties and
and
everything.
then you got celebrity
You
basketball.
gonna see
Right.
celebrities
when they be
there.
doing the celebrity basketball games and stuff like
Right.
that.
You get the chance to be
Yeah.
around all them people gonna be out there. You know?
But like at the current state of the way the all-star games is going, you don't really want to go because they wasn't playing like that at one point in time.
Right.
They was refusing to get hurt
Yeah.
or something like that. So that's why them scores was so high.
Right. It was
Oh,
crazy.
please, no
Yeah.
defense.
No defense. Guys
No
shooting from
defense.
half court.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody doing highlights. There's no
Right.
no urgency to play D and win the game.
None.
Yeah, because it seemed like they had a meeting and said, "Yo, we ain't gonna hurt each other."
You got guys
And
banging
that's the
50
Back and
points.
forth and shit.
Yeah.
Look at the Pro Bowl. You know,
That's even worse.
So that
Pro
been, that
Bowl
been,
is-
I had been stopped. Well, they do flag football now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And now
Pro
it's
Bowl
flag
is
football.
flag football.
Yeah. And then maybe it's good better that way.
I mean, it is.
But nobody was.
you
See,
know,
but you
don't
gotta
want nobody to get
understand,
hurt,
and I would
you
say
know, understand.
football is a different animal because you can't play that game half speed.
Right.
Right.
No,
You can't play football like that. You either gonna play the game or don't play the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot play that game half speed.
Right.
You know, so you bound to get hurt by trying not to get hurt.
right?
You know what I mean? So,
So they
it's
shouldn't even do
best
the
that
pro-
they did it that way.
Yeah,
Now
they
that
shouldn't
it's
even
flag
do the pro
football.
ball at all, 'cause
No, they don't do it no more. It's
Yeah.
flag football now,
Right.
Oh,
and that's better. It's more entertaining.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only sport that All-Star game is basically the same All-Star game as baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, everything's a joke.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the argument between the football player and the basketball player?
Nah.
Nah.
You know the names?
I'm trying to remember the name, man. Man, I don't. I think that one of the guys from Seattle and the other guys on the basketball team. So they was arguing about which is bigger, the football Super Bowl or the championships in
Basketball.
Finals?
I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
oh man, yo, they were going at it, yo. He was like, yo, they don't even know your name. to
The football
player.
guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't even know your name. At least the basketball players is the Hall of Famers. You got that one Super Bowl. After that, you done. Yo, they were going in like, yo, man, watch your mouth, man. Don't disrespect my name, you bitch ass. Yo, it was going.
Wow, they got that deep.
Yeah, it got that deep. I gotta see if I can find it for you when we get off and stuff like that.
Speaking of that, though, what do you think about the guy, the football player, trying to hit his girlfriend, the WNBA player? You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
ran-
kid Pierce from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Like-
going on with them?
Yo, he
Then, wasn't another one that just killed somebody? Like a week before that, it was an ex-football player who killed.
Well, I know there was
his
one who
ex,
did that.
something like that.
The guy on Kansas City, he used to play with Kansas City. If I'm correct, it was a linebacker. He killed his ex-girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. He killed his
remember that.
ex-girl. And then you
But-
have him getting arrested.
He's
for
a
battery.
rookie, and
He messed his
He
career.
was up for defensive rookie of the year.
yeah, and the girl broke up with you, don't want to have nothing to do with you, and you run her down with your car, and she was going to the police station, and then he runs away from the car. It's like, yo, what
Crashes
is
the
wrong?
car.
Crashes the Lamborghini.
Yeah. How
Like, what is
stupid.
wrong with you, man?
Uh,
These guys is crazy. He's like, yo, all the money you make,
All
you
them
can't
girls that's
you
gonna-
all them girls you can't get another girlfriend, man.
Easy.
Yeah, you try to ruin
Easy.
this girl's career. She don't want to be with you. Something wrong with
Let it
you.
go, man.
there's no excuse for that
No.
except for him being young with money.
But
Some
you gotta
of them,
have
they get that much
I don't
money,
know
they feel entitled that they can get away with
who.
anything.
But I'm just saying, you got to be more smart. Where
Right.
I don't know who you got your father around or your mother,
Right.
uncle,
And
somebody.
it's
brother.
not like they get this money.
bro. That
They get those class. They had those
classes.
classes.
Yeah, they tell them.
They had those classes about
Yeah.
money and girls. And
So what you gonna do? My thing is, what you do if they take that money from you?
Right.
Now you don't
Right.
got no money no more. What you gonna
Right.
do?
Right. You
Look
ain't
at what
got
you
nothing to
did to-
fall back on.
Right. What you do? What you did to that girl?
You gonna-
man?
messed up
What you
your
gonna
life.
drive buses?
Man, she
Yeah.
don't want to. She don't want to be with you, boy. You better go ahead and keep it stepping.
He gonna get a real job.
I don't understand. Some of these people be so blessed. These young cats be so
And
blessed
don't know it.
yeah,
and
they
don't
don't
even know
realize.
it. And then they do stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you that kind of caliber of a person that got, you got money, you're a decent guy, you're young or
Right.
whatever, you got to know, man, you can always get other women.
Right.
Go through your heartbreak, chill out for a little bit. They said,
Exactly. That's the main thing.
It's
Yeah.
the hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always say sometimes some men can't take no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of that going on, man. It's like
That's because they God's gift to women.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
what they must be thinking. If you can't take a no from a person,
Yeah. They got to
really, you that powerful that nobody can say no to you.
Right.
Come on now.
Coach Kirk said it was an ex-Jets player that killed his ex.
Yeah, he did. There was another one who did that too. That was
Yeah.
on this week. I've seen that too.
Yeah.
But I remember that guy on Kansas City who killed. It was a guy too who played a couple of years ago. And he killed his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yo, man, y'all gotta stop
Hey,
it.
that takes me back to when what was the guy name on the Patriots? That tight end?
Oh,
Yeah, Hernandez.
and then-
Yeah.
Not only him, the kid from Carolina that stuffed the girl in the trunk.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What the? I
his son
forgot
just
his name.
graduated not too long ago from college.
Oh my God, I forgot his name.
The receiver.
Yeah, the wide
I
receiver.
remember they found him in the trunk.
Yeah,
Trying to-
yeah, he was trying to hide from.
What's that?
'Cause he
Not
killed-
Caruth.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ray
Yeah,
Caruth.
Caruth.
Ray Caruth.
Wow.
and
Exactly.
killed the mother, but the baby survived.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Right. Right.
He,
right. I
And he
remember
was
that.
hiding in the trunk.
yeah,
Right. Right.
and his son looks just like him.
Yeah,
Kirk said his name was Darren Lee.
right.
Yeah,
Darren Lee, the
yeah.
linebacker. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Darren Lee.
The guy, The guy's son, Karuf's son, looked just like him.
Wow.
Yeah, and they showed a picture not too long. He graduated from college, man, or high school. Might have been high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But you know, he suffered some little brain damage because of gunshot.
Right.
You know, they had to take it, and you killed it because you didn't want to pay child support because you was paying child support already.
Right.
Duh, you should have thought about it before you lay down with it, you idiot.
Right.
You ruined your career.
Ruined.
He
Yeah.
did
ruined
18
the-
years though, but he got out of jail. It's been that long. I remember that story like it was yesterday. And he did his 18 years. But you ruined your career,
Yeah, he
man.
ruined it, man.
A lot of guys can't take rejection. Men
Yeah.
can't. A lot of men can't take rejection.
But that's what I'm saying. They had those class. They had those financial classes.
Yes.
They get told about
Conduct classes.
right,
all that.
right, code of conduct.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's just it still goes left regardless of them classes. You know. So,
Yeah, but I mean, how many classes do they actually give them?
I don't know how many,
Yeah,
but I know
I'm
they
sure.
Get,
I'm
I
sure.
know they get some.
I'm sure it's just like when they go to college and take basket weaving. You go and you sit there for 2 hours and they talk to you,
Right, and then that's
and
it.
you got your headphones
You
on.
signed
You're
it.
not even listening to the
signed
cat.
You signed the attendance paper.
Right,
That's like-
exactly. I was here.
That's like what,
It's not,
what-
I'm
what-
sure they're not
what's
force
that thing?
feeding them cats that stuff.
what they do with us when we first
Right,
come, they have us
exactly.
in the auditorium,
Right.
and they speak to us
Kiss your
when you
weakness
first get the
goodbye.
and all that,
Yeah.
right?
Watch out for these type of
Yeah,
women.
it's right.
And now it's not the yearly thing, the annual. We used to
Right.
go in there and used to have the headphones
Yeah,
on,
right.
and you was half listening and tapping the thing.
Try to do it as
The
fast
right
as
to
possible.
know.
Exactly.
Hoping you do press
Right,
the right one.
Right, because you go back. Exactly. And after 3
Right.
years, you know all the answers, so
Right.
you just,
25 years later, I was like, yo, they didn't retire. These people ain't retired yet.
you know,
They
same
go-
people,
they
same
go-
people telling you.
Captain Sideburn and Miss Mother.
Yeah, yeah. The both of them.
That's what I used to always call
They was
them.
together so long, I thought they was married.
Yeah, so every year, the same
Every year,
junk.
same
Yo.
thing.
You know what?
What? They married?
No, I seen an AI. Somebody made an AI with them,
Oh, yeah.
getting it in,
Yeah,
Getting it in.
you stupid.
kissing and whatnot.
You stupid.
Yeah, I did. Somebody made an AI with them.
No, I don't like that AI stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's good for certain things, but yo, it's bad for other
Right,
things.
right.
Oh man.
Dang, man. Yeah, but that's how it is, man. I wish them guys luck, man. But once you start doing violence, man, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something's wrong.
But it just be all kind of like the just Super Bowl Sunday. Some guy from the 49ers got shot in the ankle because he was at some place and they had a dispute and he got shot in the ankle.
A football player?
Yeah, for the 49ers, Super Bowl weekend, right after the game.
Wow.
They had a party somewhere. He got shot. Lucky he got shot in the ankle.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't a receiver or nothing.
No, he's a lineman.
Well, that's still anything on the ankle could hurt. Could
Oh, yeah,
He got to push off.
As a football player,
of
that's one
course.
of the worst injuries you get. Is an
Yeah.
ankle.
Yeah.
49er who got shot.
Wow.
Kirk said, "What was the
Keon White.
Oh, okay.
Keon White.
Okay.
Yeah, that was his name.
What Kurt said?
It was a little baby was at a club on Mission Street and they got into some altercation.
Oh, he's
He
talking
got
about
shot.
Cromartie. I know he's talking about Cromartie, the cornerback
Oh,
who had 11 kids.
yeah. I remember Kamadi. Yeah, he was good. He was a good quarterback for y'all.
Him and his wife, they had a
11 kids? You got
What's it
11
called
kids?
show? What you call them shows?
reality show?"
Yeah, they had their own reality
Oh,
show.
word.
Him and his wife. Oh wow.
Why? Because he had 11 kids.
Yeah, he had about 8 women with 11 kids.
Oh man,
So him and Sean Kemp was trying to go toe to toe, huh?
Yeah.
Sean Kemp, he
I
was
see
all over the
somebody
place
else
too.
with- Yeah, I see somebody else with.
Larry Johnson had a bunch too.
I think it was Larry Johnson who up
He had a
there.
bunch too. These guys
He had
gave
9.
their,
I think he had 9.
yeah,
or
these
something like
guys gave their money away. These fools. I tell you. I tell
that.
you.
Them women be waiting at hotels for them.
Yeah, he be
So
waiting on them.
They follow them.
So
state
city to
state.
city.
Yeah, city to city.
City to
They follow
city.
them and whatnot.
Just to get that paycheck.
Yeah, just to get impregnated.
That's all they need.
So they can get their money.
Yeah.
you see, you heard about what was the basketball player when she took him to child support? He was like, "All right, I gotta pay $5,000 a month. I want to pay for the
Anthony
next 18
Edwards.
years,
Anthony-
right?
Anthony
Gave it
Edwards.
Right.
one shot. Gave it to him one shot.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Okay, so
But then
you're the latest news with her.
she
right?
wanted to go back to court.
She wanted to go back to court, and the reason she wanted to go back to court, she already spent like $400,000 on a new Bentley. On a new Bentley, and she got, amongst other stuff, when she went to court to go, the court was like, yo, why did you spend money on this? Why did you spend money on
the
that?
judge denied it because he said you're using the money for you. The money's supposed to be for the baby.
Yeah, the money was supposed to be for the kid, not you to be doing that. Yeah, and
$400,000 on a freaking car.
On a Bentley.
Right.
So now she done blew through that money that she had gotten. Well, that's like a lifetime of money.
Right.
For your kid.
Right.
Come on, man. That means you look like you was getting ready for a come up. He
Right.
was smart when he did that. He was smart when he did that.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yes, it
Is
is.
it?
Yeah, it is.
About that time.
Unfortunately, time has ran out on us.
That's right. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Super Dave. I'm gonna let y'all go out. Y'all go.
Oh, okay.
Out. Yeah.
Well, we just want to say thank you for the listeners who stuck by us and came on a Tuesday. Yes, indeed. We're sorry and apologize again for those who tried to tune in yesterday, but it wasn't on our end. It was the building's end. But we came back today to give y'all a show, and we appreciate y'all for sticking with us. Enjoy the rest of your week.
That's right. Thank you for coming out and watching us on Tuesday. We'll be back regular time, same bat schedule next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Have a blessed week, everybody.
All right, Joe. Y'all have a good weekend. A good week. Peace.